Hey everyone, it's technology expert Burton Kelso with Integral here, sharing another tech tip that will help you get the most out of the technology in your life. Today we're going to talk about SIM card swapping. It's the latest cybercrime that's sweeping across the country and across the globe, where cyber criminals steal the information from your smartphone without even having to access it. Once they have your information on your smartphone, then they can access financial accounts by requesting password resets, and it's all done under your nose. Next thing you know, your bank accounts are cleared out and you don't know how it happened. How does it work? Pretty simple. We're going to switch screens here. I'm going to explain how SIM card swapping works and what you can do to protect yourself. Let's switch screens like we do. And step one, when these scams work, what the cyber criminals will do is they'll get information about you through social engineering. That's why it's really important for you to always watch what you share on the internet. You will get phishing emails from criminals that are attempting to get your precious information. Phishing schemes can come in a variety of things. You can get fake emails from your cellular provider requesting information about your account. Cyber criminals will also browse through your social media accounts to find out what personal information they can gather about you. They can look for name, address, you name it, whatever you share on social media. Cyber criminals are constantly looking at that information to see how they can take advantage of you and get access to your personal data. So what is the next step? Well, the next step is that a cyber criminal, once they gather information about you, then they will contact your cellular provider to get information or to say that they've lost their smartphone and that they need to set up a new one. Using your credentials, they will contact your cellular provider and say, "Hey, I need a new phone and I lost my phone and I need to transfer my information to this new phone or to this new SIM card." Once the cyber criminal has done that, it's pretty simple to get access to all of your personal information. The only way that you would know that your SIM card has been swapped is that you will get a no service warning on your smartphone. So that's why it's very important, again, to watch out what you share over the internet. Next, the cyber criminal will start to access your banking account, which is kind of obvious once you realize that they have access to your account. Once they're in your account, then they start taking money out of your account, and it's a done deal. So it's unfortunate. It happens pretty quickly, and they can steal your money. The ways they get into your bank account is that they will go log on or get your banking account credentials through phishing schemes, and they will log into your account. And if they can't get in access to your account, then what they'll do is they'll send a password reset. And of course, most banks and online accounts use your smartphone in order to use verification for account reset. So guess what? Once they send that password reset to them or to your smartphone, then they've got access to your information. Once they're in your account, then obviously they're going to go in and steal your money, and you won't know it until it's too late. So pretty scary stuff, especially considering that cyber criminals don't have to access your smartphone in order for this scam to work. So what can you do to protect yourself against this sort of scam? Well, one of the first things that you want to do is you always want to be careful not to fall for phishing schemes. Phishing scams and schemes come in all two manners. I was going to say all sorts of manners, but two main ways that they occur. The first way that it happens is that you may get a phishing email pretending that it's your provider needing information about your account, or you may get a phone call from a cyber criminal pretending to be your provider in order to get access to your personal data. So if you see any of those phishing schemes occur, you definitely don't want to fall victim to a phishing scheme. You never want to overshare your information on social media. Be careful what you share. You can share photos to your heart's content, but obviously no information about pets' names, especially if you're using a pet as a password. Kids' names, especially if you're not using, if you're using your kids' names as passwords, and any other personal information that may trigger a criminal to what your password might be for your account. Next, it's very important that you always create strong passwords for all of your online accounts and make sure that all of your online accounts have separate passwords. If you need help keeping track of all those pesky passwords, our recommendations here at Integral and myself as a tech expert use a program like LastPass or 1Password in order to keep up with those passwords. Both LastPass and 1Password are free and very easy to use because it allows you to set up multiple passwords for all of your online accounts, and you can easily log on to any of your online accounts from a web browser or from an app that is on your smart device. And finally, if you notice that your phone gets deactivated, you immediately want to contact your cellular provider to make sure that nothing has changed as far as a SIM card swap. And you want to you also want to contact your bank as well, to make sure that if anything happens to your account, they can take measures to stop it. And most banks are aware of SIM card swap. So if you do contact your bank, they'll know what you're talking about. And finally, and I know this is hard for a lot of you out there, be careful sharing your cellular number out there on the internet. It's easy for criminals to do bad things with your cell phone account. So many people have moved away from the home phone, and that may not be a bad idea to go back to the home phone. You can use services in substitution of a cell phone for a home phone, like Vonage, and you can also use Magic Jack for voice over IP services for phone. With voice over IP services, it's very hard to hack those types of phone accounts as opposed to your cellular accounts. So now may be the time that you hide that cell phone number and come up with a internet phone option, even through your cable provider, that you would use as an alternative to handing out your smartphone. Most voice over IP accounts do allow you to make calls from your not from your smartphone, your account, but your voice over IP account via an app. I know Vonage service for residential has an app that you can download to your smartphone so you can make calls that appear to come from your home phone number while using your cell phone number. So can keep that in mind as far as making sure that your cell phone is safe from any type of cybercrime out there. So if you've got comments or questions about this tech tip, leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you to find out if you've become a victim of SIM card swapping, or you want to hear a particular tip that you would like me to share in future videos. Speaking of videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel and to us on social media. Our videos and tips on social media cover anything from basic tech tips to full-blown cybersecurity alerts, so be sure to follow us. As always, take care of yourself, folks, and do many things to make you smile. And thanks for watching.